Other interesting business news, the Nissan Z Heritage gives Nissan GTR vibes. Now, this brought to us thanks to CartandDriver.com, specifically Adam Eastmel is a writer over there. For once, I don't have to give you a visual disclaimer. This car looks kind of cool. He says, quote, the 2026 Nissan Z Heritage Edition feels more like a GTR tribute. Let me get that on the front screen there so the reference material is right in front of me. Sorry about that. Appreciate the tip. Thanks to Chris in the comment section to make the show better. Now, they say, quote, the midnight purple color of the new Heritage Z is cool, but it doesn't have much to do with the heritage of the Nissan's rear-wheel drive sports coupe. And if you are perhaps greatly inebriated, it is almost reminiscent of like the Pontiac Trans Am from years ago. I mean, just the dark paint and the golden rims. There are a couple of things that maybe turn my head a couple times. Like, it feels oddly familiar. But in all seriousness, going down the article, he says, quote, just a few days ago, I was randomly thinking about the Nissan Z proto concept, the car that previewed the current generation 5 years ago. It's practically the real thing, and everyone loved the way it looked. But half a decade in, the 7th generation Z feels like a little bit of an afterthought, like it never really quite seized the pre-launch hype. Perhaps Nissan was a little bit slow to react. The Nissan Nismo Z, for example, should have been sold with a manual since day one, but for some reason, it took the company years to rectify that oversight, which, again, they're still technically working on it. It's being put in, it's going to be probably hitting dealers maybe Q4 2026, rumors maybe Q1 2025, Q1 maybe 2026. But yeah, they did finally listen. And again, the Nismo edition is the track edition, the edition that's supposed to really be more track focused, obviously, steering, suspension, but also, third pedal manual transmission. Again, it's a Nissan Z. You're not going to be setting lap records and being a Porsche 911 Turbo S or Lamborghini. This car is about having fun, aka having 3 pedals, a manual transmission. You can have that unparalleled feeling of downshifting into a corner, but I partially digress. He says, quote, now it's trying to get people talking about the sports car again with the 2026 Z Heritage Edition. But before we get into it, now that the Heritage Edition is purely an appearance package, well, that's a little disappointed. Nissan's press release described the 732 brought to the 21st century, specifically calling attention to the 4th generation model that is sold here, the 300ZX. The touches referencing the car include the twin turbo graphics on the side, as well as the carbon fiber rear spoiler. They get a couple pieces of visual changes. They say, otherwise, there's nothing that in particular about this vehicle that calls the 300ZX to mind. Sure, the current Z has taillights that evoke the C32's horizontal stripes of light, but it applies to every trim. The other head scratcher is the color. Last time Nissan did a nostalgic Z, it painted the car a shade of orange, reminiscent of the rarest, most coveted Z of them all, the Fair Lady Z43-2R. The car also had 19-inch wheels that almost looked like they wannabe style, popular design from older Japanese sports cars, as well as this 240Z split grille. It looked quite good and very authentic as far as appearance packages go. Especially get this larger on screen here. Now you have the Nissan Z juxtapositioned with the Nissan GTR, which, I mean, I swear, did they use the same exact shade of paint for the rims and the body? If not, it's damn close. Now, they say, quote, this new one, though, has simply gone up with the midnight purple, a color that is of significance for the Nissan GTR, much more than the Z. Look at the neat shade and all, but nothing about it screams Nissan Z. Nissan provided images of it posing next to the midnight purple GTR. The Heritage Z closely matches the theme with its gold wheels. They're the same wheels as the standard Z, just painted differently. Which, get some close-ups here. Which, yeah, with the purple paint and the red brake calipers, those look pretty good with the gold rims. Got a couple extra decals on the side. This is Heritage Edition with some nice little wings wrapping around the Z logo there. And yeah, that is very reminiscent to the Nissan 300ZX, which I may or may not have spent a disproportionate amount of time in high school looking at cars.com and all his websites, dreaming of getting one. Obviously, that dream did not come true, unfortunately. But yeah, the spoiler looks pretty sick. Got, nice little twin turbo, almost carbon fiber clear coated, but you've got the word twin turbo in white font on the back. Now, they also note that, quote, now Nissan has the opportunity to punch up the Z a little bit in the cabin, but it didn't take it. Buyers will be treated with a, quote, unique door kick panels and exclusive floor mats, which, yeah, that's not very impressive per the press release. But I've driven the current Z before, and I was actually quite fond of the interior. A test car I had years ago had a red and black scheme, and of course, Nissan offers Z with mostly blue cabin. Some purple inserts or trims could have made this new Heritage feel more special inside, but this is Z's, but the Z's all black, which, in terms of profitability, it is much more profitable just to have a special floor mat, which, let's be honest, doesn't take too much effort, as opposed to actually popping out door panels and doing extra inserts in the interior. Considering, this is this is going to be positioned as a collectible car. It's not going to be a high, not going to be selling these like hotcakes, so to say. I'm surprised, they didn't do a little bit more effort in the interior. And shoot, maybe just a little embroidery on the headrest, like a couple things. Again, cars look awesome on the outside, but you spend quite literally a disproportionate amount of your time on the interior of the vehicle. Maybe they'll have a light up graphic on the screen that says Heritage Edition, which again would be a rudimentary software adjustment that anyone should be able to do in a fraction of a second with tech experience. But I'm not hopeful they'll actually even do that. Now, they say that, quote, "The rest of the Z is what you see and you already know, with 400 horsepower, twin-turbo 3-liter V6, a little less refined than its competitors, though this one has one of the cheaper paths to get to a three-pedal rear-wheel drive sports car. The Heritage Z will join 3 other trims, the Sport, Performance, and Nismo, for upcoming model year, and it's based upon the mid-level performance spec that includes better tires, brakes, and limited rear differential. Oh, geez Louise. It'll cost $57,155, including shipping, making the Heritage package a $2,940 addition to the normal 2026 Z Performance, which starts at $54,215. And they know that the Nissan Z starts at $44,215, which, I don't know. I feel like they'd push a lot more units if it was $39,000, which, again, still feels like a lot for Nissan Z. And so much I love the platform being consistent to what drivers expect in terms of, again, having a good old manual transmission. You actually have a parking brake you can yank up. It's not an electrical doohickey that I hate personally. And it's twin turbo V6. That's pretty rare these days, believe it or not. It's kind of sad to think that a twin turbo V6 with a stick shift. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 vehicles that have that for a new car in the United States: the Cadillac CT4V Blackwing, and then the Nissan Z. Kind of sad how few of them left there are. It'll be interesting to see. And again, it looks pretty cool, but like, if I had that much money, would I be willing to spend $3,000 on it? I don't know. Maybe if this was the last car I ever owned. But even then, I don't know. I'm pretty frugal in general. I think my Honda Civic Si will do just fine for the foreseeable future. Knock on wood here. But it looks kind of cool. It's a nice little tribute to the fans. I'm sure they'll sell, I would guess a couple hundred of these. But let me know your thoughts, guys. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone, everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.